Hello, Raw Food Rehab. It is Penny, and I am back with part 3 of our bedtime stories from the Raw Rehab unit. And we're going to pick up where we left off, and so I'm going to just begin reading. Misty Young, 38, Salem, Oregon. Being part of the Raw Food Cleanse has been such a positive experience for me. I'm still shaking my head in wonder that I even joined a group like this at all, let alone the fact that I actually participated. I've always been a lurker type, but in this group and with this experiment, I've really put myself out there in ways that I never thought was possible for me. Eating a raw food diet, being part of all of the honesty, and watching the personal videos from others has given me a new confidence in myself. I now perceive myself as someone that others would want to talk to, know, or look at, and it's not just about the 10 pounds that I lost. It amazes me that this kind of transformation, whoops, I just hit something, this kind of transformation can happen in a person's life, both inside and out, just by eating living foods. My results were so quick, too. I now tell everyone I can about what eating fresh, organic, raw foods can do for them. Green smoothies are the bomb. Love that. Love that. Okay, I love this one too. Actually, I love all of them, but Afsheen, 23, and Hannah Mahai, 25, Burlington, Iowa. Hannah says, "It's through raw food that I finally started to get my life back. I had a baby 18 months ago, and the postpartum depression and weight gain really affected me. I had never been over 200 pounds before, and by the time I found the Raw Food Cleanse opportunity, I was pushing 250 pounds. The weight gain and depression caused my friendships to start diminishing because I had gone into a shell." Boy, I can relate to that. "Not only was my social life affected, but so was my schooling. Now that I've lost 15 pounds, I'm encouraged and I actually feel like getting back into life. My mind was so foggy before, but now it's much clearer, and I'm doing so much better. Eating this way has given me hope, and I'm starting to see the light." From Afsheen. This experience has really been positive. All of the discussions on a variety of topics were really helpful. Now I have a better idea of what this is all about and what it means to eat and live a raw, holistic lifestyle. I feel like a kid that's just learned how to feed himself for the first time. Andrea Crossman, 38, Brooklyn, New York. This group was heaven sent. As a holistic nurse and co-founder of a love-infused social entrepreneurship called Love More, I was deeply bothered when I began to realize that I was not in alignment with my own mantra, Love More, in some fundamental ways. I had stopped the exercise that I loved, put back on 40 pounds that I was oh so proud to have lost a few years ago, and my social life had all but ground to a halt as I struggled with not feeling right in my skin or in my spirit. It was in that place that I stumbled upon Penny's open call for guinea pigs. Serendipity like this is not to be ignored. This raw connection back to my soul was masterminded by the cosmos. Of that, I have no doubt. The love and support I found in the group was amazing, and the accountability has been huge for me. Another critical factor in my success was that I viewed this experiment as focused not on weight loss, but actually on love and health, with weight loss as the natural outcome. That mindset totally worked for me. It is so wonderful to be enjoying my food, feeling the vibrations of being well-fed and completely nourished, while still being able to eat foods I consider to be treats, all the while losing weight at the same time. This weight loss experiment has been a revelation for me. I don't feel deprived with the sense of orneriness, depression, or the wanting to act out that comes along with deprivation. In fact, I actually feel very well loved as a result of getting to have all these beautiful, fresh, delicious foods in abundance every day. Andrea lost nearly 30 pounds during our Raw Food Cleanse experiment, and her delightful presence made us all feel loved more. Debbie Dice, 54, Tahlequah, Oklahoma. 30 years ago, I was introduced to raw foods by Ann Wigmore. The information in her book just made sense to me, and it changed my life for the better. I grew indoor greens and made Rejuvelax, and could feel how important live enzyme-enriched foods were for my body. I went on to become a licensed midwife and saw how important good nutrition was for pregnant moms and their growing babies. Some of the healthiest moms and babies I helped birth were high, raw, vegan families. I went on to get my license as a body worker and a colon hydrotherapist, and I started learning a lot about degenerative diseases and how the SAD diet was contributing to mass amounts of pain and suffering. What people were eating was literally killing them. By the time I learned about the Raw Food Cleanse experiment, I was totally vested and ready to be a part. What a blessing of divine timing and guidance it's been for the past 11 weeks. Many have mentioned that I'm looking younger, and I've noticed that my skin has less wrinkles. 11 pounds less makes me look thinner, healthier, and more youthful looking. So here I am right now, in this present moment, emerging into higher levels of vibrant health and well-being. I have goosebumps. Knowing that I have a sister and brotherhood of raw food friends supporting me all the way. Plant-based eating is my future and essential for a healthy, peaceful planet. So good. Cindy Cummins, 48, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Portland, Oregon. She lives in Minneapolis half the year and Portland the other half of the year. I've done many cleanses over the years, but I prefer the Raw Food Cleanse, which allows me to lose weight, maintain weight loss, and to keep my energy levels high. In the past, I've had to starve myself, whereas with this approach, I could eat delicious, satisfying meals. I was able to detoxify my system, yet stay focused while working and exercising regularly. Joint pain and gallbladder pain of 8 years plus was gone. I was also amazed to get my metabolism back up and running without the use of unhealthy exercise stimulants, which we won't name, which we didn't name. Losing 12 pounds is awesome, but as my journal entries show, I released stuck emotions on many levels, such as unaware chronic blaming of other people. This topic came up one day on the website, and combined with the dietary detox, something clicked, and I felt as though I moved a chunk of resentment out of my being. Excuse me. This is a long-term lifestyle choice. I am a raw food lover for life. And some people have asked to be known as an alias name. They didn't really want their name going out into a book. And so this person, you all will probably figure out who it is. The first and last initial of her name remains the same. Stacy Bradford, 29, correct age, Seattle, Washington. She does live there. I feel so vibrant eating raw. It's been so interesting because I considered myself to be fairly healthy before I started this cleanse. However, as I began eating more and more raw foods, some of the things I considered to be normal about myself started to disappear. For example, I thought it was normal to have itchy skin. When I realized that I had been creating the itchiness with my diet, I was stunned. My skin cleared up, my acid reflux went away, the pain in my knees reduced, and my hair and nails grew longer and more luxurious. How powerful is that? During the experiment, I chose to do water fasting and juice fasting, which helped me to get over my fear of not eating. I had always thought that I had low blood sugar because I had to eat every 2 or 3 hours so I wouldn't get lightheaded or run down. I believed this about myself because I grew up hearing my mom always saying that about herself. I didn't realize it before, but I had actually conditioned myself to think that this was just normal, and this is just how I am. Now I can go for many hours in between eating and be just fine. Doing the water fasts and juice fasts have been such powerful revelations for me because now I know I'll be just fine to wait until I can have some fruit and veggies. I don't have to feed my body junk out of unfounded panic. Even though my husband's not raw or vegan or even a vegetarian, he is still totally supportive of me. I will definitely continue to eat a high raw food diet. Even though I lost 14 pounds, it's not about the weight loss for me. It's now my lifestyle, and I don't see that ever changing. This is not a fad diet. It's just who I am. It's taking me a long time to get through all these, but it's so rewarding, and I think you all will get the picture of how powerful these testimonies are going to be as people who don't really know that much about raw food will begin to read these. It's going to give so much hope and so much inspiration. So I just want to thank you all again for your willingness to be sharing all of this. I love you. Sweet dreams. See you tomorrow. Mwah.